So, wherever you are, you may know how to have your bicycle crank run the alternator at 1200 revolutions per minute or whatever it is to charge your car battery by hand using a bicycle crank and bicycle. But that's not the idea. The idea is more general than that. That is just to give you, a base to start thinking of what to do. Now, a quart is not the candy in the store, right? Or the ice cream cone. $10 is not the ice cream cone. $10 can be the ice cream cone, fried chicken, or whatever. So that's what I mean. I'm telling you this so you can do what you want to do with it. Meaning you can use it how it works. You spend your money on what you know is there and what you want. You're not gonna charge a 12-volt battery and leave it there. You're gonna use it for something. Excuse me. So the car alternators are very well made for older model internal combustion engines. Most of the time you don't have to replace them for the life of the car. And that vehicle may be running over 200,000 miles on the same alternator. So they're very well made and they're very, very reliable. Well, both car batteries too are very reliable. Usually the problem is the conductors of the grounds are bad or some other kind of errors in repairs or installation. Now you can buy a bicycle. You may have money where you are, but you cannot buy a car and you cannot buy a bicycle. Or you can be where there are lots of bicycles or lots of cars, but you have no money to buy it. Say you live in Havana, Havana now. Products are not coming in, right? They stop the oil or whatever. Just as an example, it may be wrong or right. Say in Tehran, you can have all the money, but the whole city is down, right? What will you do there? What parts of Iran you may have money but can't buy anything? Now is that work? Now look at our homeland security activity in the country. They killed someone there or there, and we killed 31,000 people in Iran, or was it 3,000? Our government, not we. You're a citizen of the country. You are then, going to share the blame for it, or sharing the success of it, one way or the other. That's what I mean. So now this comes to tariffs. We have tariffs on EVs, but these EVs are not being done. The makers are making a profit again on it. And our products cost so much more to operate and so much upfront to buy. So we have these tariffs to keep our products going. Now the good side of those tariffs is that the money goes directly to the treasury. So it's a win-win situation. The tariff goes, the money goes to the treasury, and the product comes, and the product is still more affordable than what we make in this country or your country. So it kind of helps in innovation and cost cutting and quality controls and things like that. And if you look at it, there's always boomer bust, boomer bust. 10-year extension, 2-year contraction. So the good side of the tariffs is if you're very agile and dynamic about it, you can cause great good coming out of it. That's why people go to war too, because they expect great good to come out of the war. Well, it's supposed to be like that. So globally now, you're in a small island in the Pacific, and you don't make matches or you don't have propane, and you depend on import for it. But there are tariffs all around, so the ships don't stop there anymore because they don't need the fish that you have. They can have it cheaper elsewhere. But if you're able to buy a boat and buy an airplane, you can go and get what you need. President Reagan said something about cars and drivers. He made some very good analogies on the government of the United States. I listened to his speech on 1981 and some other time. Now, America was terribly shape then. But after who succeeded Carter? Who was the president after President Carter? Now, President Carter went around the globe preaching type crisis teachings, and he got people, the church around the world, to be on his side, including me, even though I'm not a Christian. Now, before that, Henry Ford, was it Henry Ford? What happens up there that you see is very important. And if it doesn't happen up there, you don't know what's happening in the Senate or the representative or the judiciary. Nobody knows, nothing good comes out about it. Jefferson says that people will bear it, they will bear the ills and the pains until they can't bear it anymore. So now, people, the terrorists and the governments, they bring attention to it. So people do something about it, right? And the saboteurs and things like that. So, if you never thought of that, I'm saying it, and it is there for the merits and the demerits, whatever the case is. Over now. That means I'm done. Oh, by the way, if you have a balloon, toy balloon, how do you inflate it? Do you blow it with your mouth? So when I say blow up the shell for the bicycle or plane, people would say you said to blow up it, but I mean inflate it, right? They're interchangeable. You use a word that comes to mind, or you'll be there struggling for it forever. Now someone else here blow up and they think something else. They think it's like dynamite. That's what they think, right? Ah, sorry.